I try to like make people feel noticed straight away. Like if someone's new, I'll actually talk to them a bit instead of like treating them like, just another client. Even like small things, remembering their name or what they liked last time that that you talked about. You need to have good memory in this job because obviously you'll be talking to it depends on how long you're going to be online, but in a day, you talk to like maybe 20, 25 people a day. Probably, half of these people will come back to you, next day, a week after, and trying to have like a quick memory or quick remembering of what you talked before and adjusting to it. Another thing is that I also don't rush it. I let things build a little so it feels more personal and not transactional. And honestly, consistency helps. If they know what mood or vibe they are going to be coming back to, there's way more likely for them to stick around and come and visit. Little follow-ups help, like good to see you again, referencing something that you've talked, like I said, something that you've talked about before, and it makes it makes the connection feel genuine and not just like a one-time thing. Money to pay the bills. Joking. I've learned that you can't be on all the time. You need to learn how to switch off, because that will be like the quickest way that you're going to burn out. You need to set boundaries, stick to day offs. You can't, try to at least once a week do something outside the computer, see your friends. And even on that daily work that you're doing, regardless if it's a good day or if it's a quiet day, try to at least do a breather, switch off, go outside, walk your dog. And like what I said, you have to remember that you are in control, because you do not want to have a mental burnout. Not all customers are going to be nice, and sometimes it does take a toll on you. So you need to learn how to control the situation. And there's a block button, there is a kick button, because you can't actually be doing this if you're going to be in a bad mood. You have to look after your mental health. Try to switch things up a bit. When it starts to feel repetitive, you need to change clothes, outfit, positions, change the vibe, and make things interesting, plus taking care of yourself outside work. Like I mentioned before a while ago, if you're feeling stressed or tired, it will actually show immediately. So you need to make sure that you are in a good headspace. At least you could actually enjoy what you are actually doing. And money. Unfortunately, this is not a business that you could just go on the road, go on the street and hand in flyers and advertise yourself. You can't just sit and hope that people will actually go to your channel and view. You have to do something about it. And luckily, you got tools now to actually use to promote yourself. What I try to do is that when I'm going to be online, I post pictures, for example, in X or Twitter, post some pictures with my link on it saying that I'm going to be online, just to catch attention, and try to be consistent so that the algorithm will actually pick up on you. My tip though is, unfortunately with social media, they're not really friendly when it comes to, sex workers, advertising, they actually have trigger words, and what you don't want to happen is for them to shadow ban you. So what I do is, for example, I will post today that I am going to be online, and then tomorrow I'm going to post a normal picture, a normal tweet, because what you don't want to do is for them to tag you as you are spamming. Because what's the whole point of your advertising if you're shadow banned and no one will actually see you? So basically, take advantage of the tools that are available. and keep the energy up. So if someone clicks in, they don't just like click and then log back out. You know what I mean? So you have to like be very quick when it comes to like getting into the mood and entertaining people. I try to keep a bit of a routine so I don't burn out, and you know, even though when the vibe is chill, I'll usually set a rough schedule so that people will actually know when or where to catch me. And I make sure that it's very important that you have to be in a good mood, or you know, you're at least in the mood before you start. I also take you know, a little time to prepare, you know, obviously physically, and you want to be confident, you know, you want to be in a confident headspace. And I always try to engage with people, because that actually, it makes them feel special, and that's why they always come back.